Yes, we are back again in Train Sim World 6. Not much longer, a couple of months to go. Back again on the Thames Valley Branches route, where last time we did a 4-line run of each of the routes. This time I'm going to do the scenarios, not something I normally do. So going to play through those. How hard can it be? We'll find out. For those watching on YouTube, you'll find links in the doobly-doo below to where you can get the route. One down there to the Twitch page where you can watch me live on the Twitchy, and one down there to the Discord server as well. It's always weird when I hear that back in about a month's time. Anyway, good evening then to those that were here live. I am early. To Trent, to Sim, to Dean, to CG, to SMD, and to Tiger. Okay, SMD. Yes, so last time we did the 4-line run type things up and down each of them. This time I'm going to do scenarios, and for ease we'll do them in order. So the first one is divide and conquer. The Marlow branch has a unique operating pattern that requires careful train handling at Bourne End. Take a pair of class 165 units from Maidenhead to Bourne End, detach one portion for the shuttle service, and continue with the remaining unit to Marlow. Precise stopping and efficient preparation will be the key to keeping this classic branch line running smoothly. I get told off if I look down at my doobly-doos during working hours. Indeed. Remember, be careful. Right, let's get going then. Yeah, I don't normally do scenarios. Maybe I should. Maybe is that a New Year's resolution? Got a little while to worry about that then. Divide and conquer.
Good morning. Welcome to your shift. Today you'll be operating an early morning service from Maidenhead to Marlow. Your train is formed of 2 Class 165 units, which will need to be split at Bourne End before continuing along the branch. Begin by bringing your train out of the siding and into Maidenhead platform to prepare for departure. Passenger service will commence at Bourne End, so ensure the doors remain closed and no passengers board before then.
Did she say class 165 units? Anyway, so where's my... Why is my train all the way down there? Why have I started here if my train's... No, fine. No, it's okay. No, I'll go and get it. Don't worry about me. I'll just run all the way down here, and no, that's fine. Someone could have brought it to me. I'll walk all the way down here and get the thing. I'll cross over the live lines. Hi, Jammers. You can't go past the sign. Well, it told me to, so I've done what I'm being told. Okay. Oh, well, you could have moved it down here. I was stood down there waiting. You could have... Okay, no, it's okay. How did you get in here? Are there any... Oh, there's no passengers. It's okay. Right. Oh, it's a shame we couldn't start it. Just wear a high vis. Absolutely. Set the headlights today. Yeah, done that. Set the reverser into forward. This guy is not as qualified. He's not as professional then. Set the throttle brake to off. Okay, stop at Maidenhead.
We are now approaching Bourne End.
No, we're not. No, we're now approaching Maidenhead. There's a diff. We're not approaching Bourne End. I'm doing good, thank you. Right, in that case, Bourne End then is where we're going to Bourne End eventually. Hang on, why are we going over? I suppose we can't get to the other platform. Hang on, can we get to? Oh yeah, we can. How long are we? Oh, we're long. I was concerned then we couldn't actually get down the branch line from here. Right, so it said don't open the doors. So don't open the doors. Don't open the doors. Remember, Don't open the doors. It is 2165 units. It's 4:53 in the morning. That's early.
This is Maidenhead. Do not try to board or leave the train when the doors are closing. This is a Great Western Railway service to Marlow. The next station is Bourne End.
Right, reverse it to off.
Before departure, collect the single line token from the token machine at Maidenhead. This token grants you permission to enter the Marlow branch. Ensure it is secured before continuing your journey.
Okay. You stay there. It said no opening any doors. Well, I had to get out, didn't I? So I had to go and collect the tokeny thing. We said not open the passenger doors. Oh yeah, we got to go in this cupboard. Oh, hang on. We've got the token. Right, we'll come this end now. Right, sit in the driver's seat. Enter the mystery shed, yeah. I got the key. I got the secret. Okay. Locked. Headlights to... No. Day. Reverse it into forward. Okay, stop at Bourne End. Absolutely. Right, so we're now... So what we've got to do, when we get to Bourne End, we've got to detach the rear two and then take those to Marlow. So this is the same service then as the one that's in the timetable mode that tells you to do that. How hard? It's going to be easy. Because I'm a professional. You forget that. So yes, we're going to work through all of the scenarios. That's the plan this evening. Which is partly why I started a little bit early. 100 stream streak. There's things wrong with... Prove it. Have I been unprofessional so far? No. There's been nothing but professionalism so far. This is the one. This is it. This is the one. We could do a gravity shunt, separate the cars. But we can't because there's a buffer at the end. How long have you been live for? 9 minutes and 52 seconds. I complained at the train not being delivered. That was nothing to do with me. That was to do with the other guy that's still sat... Is he? No, that's still sat at the other end. Oh no, I've just been sent a personalised video. That sounds scary. Right, anyway. I've muted it. I normally mute my phone as I come up the stairs, but I didn't. Right, let's go. Right, go. We got no time, have we? So it's not like we've got to be there at a certain time, because we're not picking up passengers until... Well, this front section will pick up passengers at Bourne End. Then we detach the back and take that to Marlow. So how many of you watching are going to get the line then? Is anybody liking it and is going to purchase it? Or lines, I should say. There's 3 of them. Yes, that's what I've just been sent, Sim. I shall watch it after the stream. You're not formulated to the area. You don't want to be formulated to the area, Trent. Well, we should be getting the next iteration, whatever it is, in 2 months' time. Formulae. I know what you mean, Trent. Familiar is the word you were going for. If you're not familiar with the areas in the American one you like. That doesn't work, does it? See, I've actually slowed down for the 10 miles an hour this time. That's how professional I am. All these people here are disappointed that I'm not stopping. So we make our way. If you just joined, I'm doing the scenarios on this route, or these routes. Starting off by having to take a 2-unit train from Maidenhead to Bourne End, split it, and then take one section of it to Marlow. And not stop halfway back up the track like in the video. You're not supposed to pay attention to that. You are licking the West Coast Main Line. You'll get done for licking main lines, Trent. Don't do that. It's not advisable. Germs and all that sort of thing. Like, it's getting worse. I know what you mean, Trent. Just give up. Good job it's not third rail. Exactly. How many germs do you get on railway? I watched a video last night on why railway lines or railway tracks are the shape that they are. It's actually quite interesting. The thing is, I never look at the scenarios because I like just, for you guys, I do a full line run. So the first thing we do is a new line out, I do a full line run. And that's just easier. For the hopping around things that we do as a passenger, full line runs, going into timetable mode, so on foot works. I've never really looked at many scenarios. Maybe I should do more. There could be something like, I think this is interesting. I think all the ones on this route are interesting. So maybe we should. Why are they parallel tracks instead of circles? We go around in circles. They were circles. They've got to be parallel. Alright, so making our way down to Bourne End. So yeah, we're a 4-car, so we've got to take the rear off. I've got to try and do a thumbnail tonight that isn't a 165, because every thumbnail I've done so far associated with this route is a 165. I quite like tomorrow's. Tomorrow's is something a bit different for me. Real. What? that sort of worked, Trent. Isn't this? Take a picture of a random house on the route. I could. We'll see if anything interesting crops up. 50-50. Phone a friend? Ask the audience? I also decided today, after spending a lot of time driving on dual carriageways, I think lorry drivers should be banned from overtaking on dual carriageways. I'm sure one overtaking the other took about 3 miles, and there was one hell of a queue of traffic behind. What was that noise? Oh, water sprinkler things. That's cool. Water in the golf course. There wasn't a steam train. Oh, one was doing like 56. One was doing like 57. Uphill. I know they don't want to lose the mementos and all that, but flipping heck.
Now approaching Bourne End. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform, and take care when stepping down from the train.
Right, so... Oh, hang on, this could be an interesting... Could do train on bridge, wasn't the camera collision. See what I can do with that for a thumbnail. Right, anyway. Then we come to Bourne End. Hang on, we're going over to... Can this track... I would have thought we'd have gone in on the left-hand side. To be able to go down... Ah, we can't. Oh, God, have we got to come back and then go forward and then come back again? Is there going to be some me running up and down a train carriage happening? No! See? It's happening. Look, see? The brakes don't release now. This is a problem. I now cannot release the brakes. So I can't complete the scenario because I stopped too early. No, brakes won't release. See, that's happened in the videos I've done as well. So they're just stuck on now. Shouldn't have stopped that early. I didn't want to. I came back off the brakes to come on the power, but the brakes are stuck on. Right. Okay. Hawklin, blimey. There's a blast from the past. Right, I wonder if going to... Ah. There we go. Yeah, you got to go into off. Has Steve broken a train? No, of course not. Never happens. Really? Really?
This is Bourne End. Do not try to board or leave the train when the doors are closing. This is a great
Maybe I
Western
shouldn't do
railway
some
service.
scenarios.
The next station is Bourne End.
Right, reverser to off.
Move to the middle cab and prepare to uncouple the train at Bourne End. Once complete, take control of the front unit and perform a short shunting move to the opposite platform.
Okay. Right, let's get out of here then. You'd have thought they'd come in on the other... I suppose they can't. Okay, so move to the middle cab. There's a train in front of me. Right. What the... Okay. I don't know how to click up in the ceiling to uncouple. Right, set the headlights to tail. Okay.
Change cabs and prepare to move the train to the opposite platform. From this point on, you are expected to carry out cab setup and shutdown procedures independently, and no further guidance will be provided.
Oh God! So I got that went so well last night. Okay, so of the other end. Well, the token stops anybody else coming up this line. So the token stays in that cab because that cab, that unit behind me is going back to Maidenhead. Whereas this one just goes back and forth to Bourne End. But I suppose this will have the token at some point. Okay. Right, so we should set those to day because professional. Right, stop as indicated down there. It's life, Jim, but not as we know it. Well, glad you're okay, Hawklin. Life does have a habit of throwing curveballs at you. Oh, hang on, we got to stop on the bridge. Ooh. Hang on a minute. Right, so we stop on the bridge. Can I do a... Yes, I can. Right, hang on. Thumbnail. Okay, so now we set these to tail. He's old, the driver just taking a picture. Okay, back down the other end. There's someone rowing. Okay, that's quite cool. You can hear him being shouted at. Okay, I like that. Okay, I'll stop sitting down. That's cool. It's Henley. What Chinese people call Henry. Okay, so that into that master key there. Okay. All right, so stop at Bourne End.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform, and take care when stepping down from the train.
Oh, I bet there's load of rowers out at 5 AM. It's like you see loads of joggists out. I can see Steve doing that, shouting at Tiger and Trent. Well, Thursday night when we do RV there yet. Yeah, so that train we drove up is now going to just do the Maidenhead to here shuttle. We become the Bourne End shuttle. Joggists. That's what they're called. Joggists. What? Cyclists? Walkists? Joggists.
This is Bourne End. Do not try to board or leave the train when the doors are closing. This is a Great Western Railway service to Monolith. The next station is Monolith.
Okay, so we get up again. You lot haven't lived, have you? Alright. So back to this end. Sit in the driver's seat again. That into that.
Passenger service will now begin. During peak time, the Marlow branch is operated by two separate services,
The next
one between
station
Maidenhead
is
and Bourne
Monmouth.
End,
This
and
is the
another
Great
between
Western
Bourne End
Railway
and Marlow,
service to
requiring
Monmouth.
passengers to change trains at Bourne End. To continue towards Marlow, proceed to the switchboard and use the token to set the route for the Marlow branch. Then, return the token and collect the staff before departing.
What? Excuse me. You're in the. I'll just walk through. You've got no hair, and I. Stop doing that. Okay. Oh, okay. So we put our token in, and then we take the staff. Hang on. Right, press and hold. We're pressing and holding. Okay, I'll set it to Marlow. Okay, return token. Oh, hang on. And then take the staff.
Continue the service to Marlow. Wait for the guard to change the signal to a proceed aspect, then close the doors and depart, continuing the passenger service.
That's quite cool. I like that. It's a shame that in timetable mode, that wasn't a requirement to actually proceed. Right, 2.4 miles to Marlow. I like that. Right, so yeah, we got the yellow aspect. Let's get going. I'm actually looking forward to the rest of the scenarios now. Streams coming up, by the way, tomorrow night. Rap House Simulator. Did a first look video of it on Sunday, went out on YouTube. Going to be doing that in multiplayer tomorrow night. Thursday night is RV There Yet. Doing some more of that, seeing how far we can not get this time. Friday night, me and Trent are going to be chained together, continuing that excitement. Not here on Saturday, but we'll be back on Sunday lunchtime with some farming and then more stuff back next week. I'll be able to confirm things tomorrow in case you may see something new next week. Poor Steve chained to Trent. Yeah, better being chained to Trent and Pat. That didn't go well. Why am I on Saturday? I don't know yet. It depends on tomorrow. My original plan was to go to London and Brighton. But if I'm out tomorrow, then I might have Saturday at home doing the things I was going to do tomorrow. Alright, 2 miles to Marlow. I was thinking of a Rathaus, which is very Omsy. Oops, yeah, we should have done... My professionalism didn't last, did it? So yeah, canal boats there, houses back there, and a lake this side. Imagine walking along the Thames down there, it'd be quite pleasant. This was my plan for Thursday originally, was to come here. Yeah, so I've never really explored this bit of the Thames. Used to go to the bit of the Thames near me. There's a nice pub at Lechlade that gets rather busy. Nice walk along the river. I've had a barbecue for years. Yeah. I don't know what the exact length is, but it runs from... Well, I'm 70 miles from London, and the Thames is quite wide, just north of me. Yeah, it is the little details. So I think this looks good as well. Yeah, it's 3 separate little branch lines that, you know, individually aren't that long. But I even think doing this switching about here adds a bit of interest. Okay, so we've got a 25 limit coming up. So yeah, if you've just joined, I'm going through the scenarios that are available for the Thames Valley Branches route. This is the first one. There's 5 in total, which means we got 4 to go. Alexa, how long is the River Thames?
The River Thames is 208 miles long.
There you go. That is quite long. And don't forget, it's the one that runs through London. It's the one that goes through here.
We are now approaching Marlin, where this train terminates. Please take all your belongings with you.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform, and take care when stepping down from the train.
On behalf of the on-train crew, thank you for travelling with Great Western Railway. We wish you a safe and pleasant onward journey.
Well, we don't, but you know, we don't really care what happens to you after you leave the train, and the station grounds after that. Do what you like. Right, we are now arriving at Marlow. There we go. Objective complete.
Well done. You have successfully completed your service to Marlow, handling the unique operating procedures along the branch. From splitting your train at Bourne End to working the single line section, you've kept everything running smoothly. Your train is now ready for its next journey.
Yeah, see you, Hawklin. Thanks for popping in. I'm glad you're doing okay. There we go. We have arrived at Marlow. I like how busy it is as well. The stations do seem busier in this. She's got Sir Topper Map vibes, but without the hat. Done. Scenario 1 complete. Right, go back to the main menu and do them that way. Yeah, I like that one. That's one I can almost see you do again. It's a Michael. Hello, a Michael. That was quite interesting. Okay. Scenario number 2, please. Okay, number 2 then. A failed train has brought services on the Windsor branch to a halt. Well, there's one train on there, but okay. Take a spare Class 165 from Slough to assist a stranded unit near Windsor and Eton Central. Couple up and tow it back to Slough. I've lost where I am. Oh, with the branch blocked and passengers waiting, a steady hand will be needed to restore normal service. I've got this. I'm a professional. Oh dear, is the heat getting to you, Michael? Rescue on the Windsor branch.
Services on the Windsor branch have come to a standstill following a train failure near Windsor and Eton Central. A stranded unit is blocking the line, and passengers are waiting as delays begin to build. You'll be taking a spare Class 165 from Slough to assist. Make your way to the failed train, couple up, and prepare to tow it safely back to Slough. With the branch out of action, a careful and controlled approach will be essential to get things moving again.
Does anybody who does these voiceovers not know what a Class 165 is? Why did he say it's a Class 165?
First, make your way to the siding and prepare the spare Class 165. Once ready, move out and head towards Slough Platform 1, where you'll reverse to begin your journey towards Windsor.
Okay, so have I got to get... Okay, so I've got to reverse this. Okay. Headlights are on tail lights. The master key's locked. Reverser's off. Why didn't it start me the other end of the cab? Maybe you're... Oh, maybe I'm... So everyone I've ever known around the train world has always called it a Class 165. Or 166. This is a 165. Okay. Headlights are on day. Unlocked. Okay, stop at Slough. This is a 165, and you can tell that because it's 165 on the front. Someone nerdy will be able to say what the difference is between a 165 and a 166. Isn't it engines or something? Or length of units? Isn't one of them like a 3-car, one's a 2-car? The 166. That's 166 written on the front. SMD, ladies and gentlemen, take a bow. Oh, I'm sure I've probably been told at some point what the difference was. Right, so you've got to go into here, stop, and turn around, bright eyes. Main difference between the 165 and the 166 are the train length configurations. So yeah, so I think, isn't the 166 3 units? And a 165's 2. Oh, See, it's done the brakes thing again. Okay. Come on. Yeah, the brakes aren't releasing. Yeah, which is frustrating when you... Okay. Come on. Nope. Oh, hang on. All that just to move that far forward. Doing this shunting manoeuvre could be interesting. Okay. Now I've got to switch ends again, I'm guessing.
Request permission from the signaller to pass the signal at danger and proceed towards the stranded train. As you do not have a clear signal, you must drive with caution, proceed at reduced speed, and do not exceed 25 miles per hour. Stay alert for any obstructions ahead as you make your way along the branch.
I'm always alert. I'm always aware of my surroundings, and I always drive with care. What do they take me for? Some kind of idiot? Don't answer that. Okay. Day. That. Yes, thank you. You are alert. Proceed at restricted speed. Okay. Let's go and rescue a train. Mind the red. There's a red. I've been allowed to go through it. It has granted me permission. Right, what did it say? Don't exceed 25 miles an hour. You're doing 30. No! I would never do such a thing. Right, with the braking issues, stopping could be interesting. So yeah, if you just joined, we're doing all the scenarios on this route. Here is the route. So we're currently on the Windsor bit, down on the right hand side, rescuing a train. See, professional. And not exceeding 25 miles an hour. Is it in a burning building or up a tree? Yeah, the train's got stuck up a tree. I keep getting sent info about all that firefighting simulator Ignite. Isn't that a single player one, or is that a multiplayer one? We tried a couple of those in the past. In multiplayer, they didn't go well. I just think they'd be hilarious. A 66 would do this. Yeah, well, I suppose in theory this would pull it, but that's got no engines running, I'm guessing. It is MP. Exactly. How would you know if a train's hiding? They're very good at hide and seek, trains. A bit like a bit like Jesus. Yeah, I had a couple of emails today for various things. I need to catch up on my emails after the stream. Oh, Jesus. No, Michael. I'm surprised Michael hasn't printed out the picture I posted today. It would have broken down right near Windsor, wouldn't it? It couldn't have broken down at this end. Ed won't join games like that. He gave it a heart. This is hard. I suppose we get to see this line again. Porsche 911, Connor, decided to spend the YouTube millions. We can't even get Ed to join us for farming. What colour? Pink. Although my car went so well today. Cruise control didn't work, but that's been a problem since I've had the car. The cruise control has always been intermittent. Sometimes you can get on the motorway, put the cruise control on, it's fine. Other times you get on the motorway and I just argue with it about the first 5 miles. Today, no, not interested. So I had to drive all the way there and all the way back, old school. If you can have a car like that as well, you've got to have one of those 3D number plates because then people really know the sort of person you are. The truck has no cruise control. If you're not sat at the same speed for like an hour and a half, are you? It is literally broken. Is it broken down in the station? And we got to tow it all the way back to Slough. I suppose in reality, yeah, a 66 or something would come down here. Perhaps it stopped and could get going again. Perhaps the driver couldn't work out how to get it going. Be gentle. Don't just ram it. See, now my brakes won't release. Okay. You're going to tell me what
We've
to do?
arrived at Windsor. Carefully couple up to the stranded unit and prepare the train for departure. Once coupled, load passengers as normal. We'll be returning to Slough with both units combined. After that, the defective unit will be shunted back into the siding.
How? Because whatever pulls it back out again is going to be stuck behind it in the siding. How's that going to work? Because it's going to be behind me. So that's got to go into that siding I was in. Something pulls it out, it's going to be stuck. That's not my problem. Hopefully I haven't got to do that. Yep, that worked. That's coupled. Right, unlock doors. That's not gentle. Right, headlights off because we're in the middle. Okay. So now run back down this end. Sit back down. Day. Key on. You have whiplash, you wish. Lock doors. Go via as indicated. Whiplash is an amazing movie. That was one of those films where at that final scene at the end, the movie finished, and I literally think I said out loud, "Oh my God." That's one of the best endings to a film I've seen. Right, so now we're pulling the defective unit. We got to take it back to Slough. Yeah, maybe I should do more scenarios. Certainly passenger ones, some of them can be interesting. Whiplash has got J.K. Simmons in it. He's in a new war film coming out soon as well. Right, back we go. Yeah, it was an amazing. That made me want to try and get into jazz, and I just couldn't find an easy way in. Right, so taking this back to Slough. I like this. 2 scenarios, both quite good so far. We should have time to do all of them. That's the plan anyway. Yeah, tomorrow night doing some Rap House Simulator in multiplayer. Did a video on it on Sunday out on the YouTubes. So doing that tomorrow. Thursday night, some more multiplayer stuff with RV there yet. Friday night, me and Trent chained together. Not here Saturday, but then back on Sunday with some farming at lunchtime. Well, there's lots to do on the farm. And then next week, Train Sim World 6 on Tuesday and maybe Wednesday. I'll be able to confirm that tomorrow. Percussionists have got some real skill. There's one of the Joe Bonamassa concerts I've got on Blu-ray. He had a percussionist in and basically told the percussionist, do what you like. And the percussionist sat there with a washboard and spoons and just absolutely going for it. And it's fantastic. I love watching a good percussionist. I can't remember her name, but Billy Joel's percussionist, who's been with the band for years, she's just immense. Just so much energy. You hit stuff to make noise. Do that with people. Whack. Ow. Can't hit me. I could if I drove there. Knock on your front door. You come outside, whack. Does hitting Tiger make it child abuse? No. He won't answer. Okay. Well, your parents probably would then. Hi, Daniel. They'd be shocked that someone's knocking at the door and asking for you. Right, stop at Slough. Yeah, I definitely think I need to do some more scenarios. Rather than just go up and down routes we've done so many times. I think maybe... The thing is, it's been one of those thought processes in my head now. Sometimes when we've got a lot of routes releasing in a row, and if they're good, I like to focus more than one stream on a route. And then we get another route come out. So then you've got to focus on that route. And then another route comes out, and you've got to focus on that route. Maybe I should do them as YouTube videos. Rather than just do random routes on a Wednesday. Do a scenario. There's an idea. As long as they're not 2 hours long, obviously. No one needs to watch a video of me for 2 hours. We didn't get any announcements, did we? We're now arriving at Slough. Tomorrow's YouTube video is a Class 165. Spoiler. Objective complete. Or Class 165s.
We've arrived at Slough. Unload passengers as normal, then prepare to reverse back towards the siding. Once in position, uncouple the defective unit and secure it. After that, return to Slough with your unit to resume passenger services as usual.
Oh, so I'm the one that's got to dump this in the siding. Oh, no, fine. I'll do it then, shall I? Hang on, so we've got to reverse. That's unusual, isn't it? Would that actually happen? Would you reverse a unit like this? You wouldn't, would you? This would be towed out. Oh, I suppose, yeah, would be. So I've got to I got to do it from here. Okay. There you go. So I'll be at this end as though I'm on a radio then. That audio's quite good. Turn it down a bit. It did say it's reworked audio, and they're not wrong. I suppose it's the only place they can put. I suppose something else will then come in and grab this and then take it off to quick fit or something. Are there people inside? Yes, there are people still inside. Yeah, this is going into a siding though, because the train is knackered. Really? What was... Why have I opened the doors? Okay, I've got to go and uncouple. You're not supposed to be on here. Okay. Hang on. Okay. It now won't let me uncouple. Is there an uncouple button? Oh, there we go. Let's just open the doors. I'm pressing the... As all it's doing is opening the doors. I don't think it's modelled. Train door, train door. Cab light. Well, it would tell me to uncouple. So why didn't he get me to... Okay. Press the uncouple button would be the... Rather than just press some random... Okay, no, it's fine. We've done it because we're professional. I'll close the doors again. Right. Oh, headlights already on. Okay. Hang on a minute. Why are you opening the doors? I didn't press the button to open the door. Okay, now I've got no... Ignore that. Ignore that. Nothing. No, it's fine. Yeah, now the brakes won't release. Like, really? Come on. Brakes. There we go. No. They dropped a little bit. My right doors are open. No, they're not. They are on the rear train, but I'm not coupled to that anymore. Oh, for God's sake. This... Hang on. Hang on. We've... Just a stupid thing. Right, I've pressed the uncouple button. But they're still coupled. No. Yeah, that's what I was about to do. Try it from this cab. Does the key not need to be in for the controls to work? Well, this train's dead, isn't it? Although the doors work. Okay. Right, you know what we're going to do? It wants me to go back here, so I'm just going to go back there. We won't look behind us. We'll just go. I know the red.
Oh yeah.
You followed at that, really? Mark, thanks for the follow. Hang on. We, it's fine. We've left it there anyway. See, professional. But now we got to wait. Proceed at restricted speed. Okay. You know, I said we get all 5 of these done. Does this scenario or me need a bit more work? I need a bit more work. I'm staying until they're all done. Is he going to let me through this one? Objective complete. Stop at Slough. Oh, okay. Well, we'll see. The first one was supposed to be 35 minutes, wasn't it? It gives you a time, doesn't it? So we'll see how long this should have taken me, and how far behind it the time that they recommend I am. This is the ideal time to have a jelly baby when you're coming towards the dead end platform. Where's our fossil Steve gone to? I've always been here. Right. Into Slough. And stop. Objective complete. Good.
With the failed train safely recovered and normal service restored, your job here is done. Thanks to your careful handling, disruption on the Windsor branch has been kept to a minimum, and passengers are once again on the move. Well done.
See? My careful handling. Professional. No, you're thinking it's him. I do not see what's happened in the siding. Look, the train got left there. I don't know how, but it got left there. Right, doors are locking. Time taken 37 minutes. Okay, so how long should it have taken us? Let's go and have a look. The first one, I don't think we were that far off time. Was it 30 minutes? If it's 30 minutes, that's fine. Nobody's 7 minutes late. Oh. Moving on. Next one is Regatta Day. Spring has arrived and the Henley Royal Regatta is drawing visitors from across the country. Take charge of a strengthened Class 165 service between Twyford and Henley-on-Thames, transporting large crowds heading for the famous Riverside event. With busy platforms and enthusiastic passengers, careful timekeeping will be essential throughout the day. The stream's 12 minutes longer tonight. That's why I started earlier, thinking I'd just get them all in. Imagine they put more services on, although they can't.
It's a busy day on the Henley branch as visitors flock to the famous Henley Royal Regatta. We're departing Twyford with a strengthened Class 165 service heading towards Henley-on-Thames. Expect heavy passenger numbers and busy station stops along the way. Keep a close eye on your timings and ensure a smooth run as you carry crowds to one of the country's most prestigious riverside events.
Okay. Now, see, that's disappointing. You'd have thought they'd have modelled a lot of people on the platform, wouldn't you? But there's not. And there's no one on board. There's no one standing. You'd have thought on events like this, people would have been crammed in. Okay. No. It's a long one. Oh, yeah, we are. Blimey. 6 car? Okay, you're gonna talk to me again?
The Henley Royal Regatta is one of the world's most famous rowing events held annually on the River Thames. Dating back to 1839, it attracts top crews from across the globe, competing along the straight stretch of river lined with spectators. Beyond the racing, it's a major social occasion, drawing thousands of visitors to Henley-on-Thames each summer, all eager to enjoy the atmosphere both on and off the water.
Okay. That is a long one. That's not going to fit on the stations, surely. Right, off to Henley we go. She misses you, Michael. Right, so if not all of this train fits on the platform at Wargrave, it's not my fault. You notice we've got no time as well. So there's no expectation for how long we're going to be there. How long are we going to be there? How long? Yeah, how long are we going to be at Wargrave? I suppose it must fit. The whole thing must fit at Henley. Most people will be going all the way though, won't they? Yeah, it's definitely a good looking route. Actually quite pleasant just to trundle along it. Right, so this is 3 out of 5 scenarios. This should be a fairly easy run, I suppose, unless we got to come back to thingy again once we've got there. A long walk down the train to change ends.
We are now approaching Wargrave.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform, and take care when stepping down from the train.
Yeah, I don't think all of this is going to fit in there. Oh, I don't know. It thinks it will. And
This is Wargrave. Do not try to board.
that's definitely a long one. I can imagine this is one of those situations when Henley's on that there's probably like parking at like some of these stations, like in fields or something, and they ask people to get the train from here rather than all the way from the end. So trying to stop people parking in Henley. Yep, sorry, you had to get off. Okay. Are you going to tell me something now?
A distinctive part of the Henley Royal Regatta is its tradition of dress. Visitors and competitors alike often arrive in formal attire, with many wearing brightly coloured blazers that represent their rowing clubs. These striking jackets, each with their own unique patterns and colours, add to the regatta's unmistakable atmosphere along the riverbank.
So people dress like deck chairs. Right, Shiplake. And I'm sat there in shorts and t-shirt, which is what I'm wearing now. I wouldn't go to Henley dressed like this. I was wearing a shirt yesterday. That was a mistake. Not today. T-shirt and shorts. Right, just under a mile then, or half a mile to Shiplake. Making our way to Henley. I'll say it's not giving us any times for arrivals and departures. So I'm guessing it's just a case of get there.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform, and take care when stepping down from the train.
Is there a ship in the lake? Isn't one of the... I nearly did that today, but I was getting hot. I nearly hopped on the hovercraft when over to the Isle of Wight. Because there's one of those stations on the Isle of Wight line called Lake. We're now arriving at Shiplake. That's a good little route in this. The Isle of Wight line. I quite like that. That's one just for trundling.
This is Shiplake. Do not try to board.
Yeah, that's definitely... Considering there's normally two cars that come up here. That's a lot of the people. This is probably a bit like what's the train station nearest to Glastonbury when Glastonbury weekend's on. That's just madness. It could be the reason I have long platforms, yeah. Right, Henley, 1.8 miles.
The next station is Henley-on-Thames. This is a Great Western Railway service to Twyford.
No, it's not. It's a Great Western Railway service to Henley. Sometimes I do wonder whether the people that create these scenarios actually listen to them back, because that there, when they're trying to tell me something which is interesting, it was all over the announcement in the train. So you'd think they do the announcement in the train and then have that. Oh, there you go. So that is, it was built for the regatta, because the regatta's been going on a while. That was going to be the thing I was going to read out at the end of the stream. Spoiler, was about the Henry Regatta, but we've already heard that, so I won't bother now. So don't hang around at the end of the stream. No, it's fine. No, the game said it as well. The announcement in the game. They said about the Henry Regatta when it started and stuff. I was going to read that at the end of the stream. I won't bother. Read your dating profile. What, the blank one? Make it up as you go, yeah. Right, in we come to Henley. I'm guessing it's going to make us do the return.
We are now approaching Henley-on-Thames.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform, and take care when stepping down from the train.
Indeedly do. Right, in we come to Henley. Where our brakes are stuck on. It's fine. There's a lot of people here. Okay, we'll stop here then.
Do not try to board.
It's fine. All of the trains on the platform. It's okay.
Ship lane.
Right, set the headlights to tail. Yeah, it's going to go back the other way, isn't it? Half past 10 in the morning. Why would you be leaving at half past 10 in the morning?
The next station is Ship Lane. This is a Great Western Railway service to Twyford.
Oh God. Okay, let's go. Okay. Oh yeah, you're very stripy, aren't you? Stripy baldy. Okay, that's quite cool that they are wearing regatta type clothing. Hang on, we can't, can we? They're not straight through. They're not. It's not a 158. I was thinking we could go straight through. We can't. Okay. That to that. That to day. Forward. Lock doors. And back we go. Where the brakes won't release. Come on. So you hear them release. But they don't release. No. Well, you're a dimwit, Michael. No. Okay. At this rate, we're not going to... There is obviously some sort of bug with this train and these brakes. I've never noticed it on the normal 166s. No. Okay, at this rate. It's not a cab thing. I think it's... So you hear them releasing. They just don't release. See there, you hear it release, and then you look at the brake pressure, it just stays at 4. Okay. Now, unlock. We also didn't get the AWS trip that you normally get. I'll just try it. That's reverser off. Out. I don't think it's a me thing, unless it is that I'm doing something incorrectly. Back into neutral. No, so you hear it releasing. But it doesn't actually release. you have a cab on full service? Or the break in the very end one? Run, 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 run. That's in full service now. Oh, that's the horn. But it's also an issue when I've been coming into stations as well. Nope, it's not that. Well, I think we're going to have to quit this one because we're not going to be able to get back to... So you're not getting the AWS warning that you would normally get. And so you hear the brakes release and nothing. They're not even changing now. I don't think we've got engine controls. Well, that did it. If all else fails, turn it off and turn it on again. Right, master key unlocked. Enter forward. Nope, nothing. I'll try using the keyboard. No. It's not my throttles. I'm using the keyboard now. No, said he released part of the way then. My door's open now. Bloody doors are open. No, it's stuck at 2.6 now. That's weird. Doors opening up. No, all doors are closed. So is it thinking... Was it thinking a bloody door was open? Thank you, Michael. It thought a door was open. Right, anyway, Shiplake. There's definitely an issue with the brakes on these, though. Right, if it happens again, I will just check the doors on the tab menu rather than rely on me looking outside. I blame the driver. I blame the driver. Seems we've still got 2 more scenarios to do. Or use the speedo door icons. I never look at those. Right, anyway, this should be over when we get back to Shiplake. Twyford. And we had rain forecast at the weekend, didn't we? Which is handy, considering that's when I want to mow my lawn. Well, it depends if I do. If I go out tomorrow, I might not go out Thursday. Or go out Thursday, not go out Friday and Saturday. I'll have 3 days out, or 4 days out technically this week. That'll be enough. Right, braking. Into Shiplake we come. Eventually. I love Southsea. I got out of the car and just went and stood by the wall for like 10 minutes and was just like That's definitely a long one. Yeah, I'm back to the coast. Well, either Thursday or Friday, depending on how my week goes. Different coast. Wow. Yeah. There you go. Now it releases. What's happening tomorrow? I don't know. Depends on the communication I've got while I've been streaming. He was born in Portsmouth, but parents moved to Hove. I don't know why I like it down there. I think I'd always gone down there for day trips as a kid to sort of Clarence Pier and Southsea. So it's always been somewhere that I'm just drawn to. In the last 10 years the folks were alive, once a month I would take them down there for a day out. But they'd have 3 hours down there because that was enough for my old man. And my old dears just sit on the amusements for 3 hours. So that was as long as you got free parking for disabled parking. So I used to just drop them off at Clarence Pier. I'd go for a wander up to the Spinnaker, turn around, walk back, check on them, and I'd go wandering off down towards the D-Day Museum, and then turn around and come back. That's pretty much what I did today. Yeah, so once a month I take them to Southsea, and once a month I take them up to Birmingham to see my sister. So like every other weekend I took them somewhere. I used to go to Weston-super-Mare a lot as a kid because it's only an hour from here. But I went there a couple of years ago with our ex-comrade, and it's just not the same. It's just not a pleasant walk from the train station. It's just... And stop.
This is Wargrave. Do not try to board or leave the train when the doors are closing. This is a Great Western Railway service to Twyford. The next station is Twyford.
It is. Finally, we get back to Twyford, and we still got 2 more scenarios to go. This may be a latest dream. I did warn you. Mainly because of my incompetence, I think, or professionalism, one of the two. Yeah, I didn't do a vloggy thing today. Because I uploaded the little YouTube short thing, which was basically a same video as I did on my first video on YouTube, which was the hovercraft at Southsea. And I thought, well, I'm not going to do a vloggy thing as well, because that would have been 4 YouTube videos in one day. That's too much for most people. Right, we make our way back to Twyford. And then we'll see what the next one is. Hey, there are times when I wonder why. I think I was one of the first ambassadors, not the first. I was in the first group. I think there's about 4 of us or 5 of us, because the amount of time I've been putting out Train Sim and Train Sim World content that they approached me. They obviously were less picky back then. Maybe thought I was destined for bigger and better things. At least I put out content, unlike some of the ambassadors. I think so. I'm not going to diss other ambassadors, but I don't put out like 20 videos on a route when it first comes out. Maybe that's where I'm going wrong, but yeah, that's not my style. Right, around into Twyford.
We are now approaching Twyford, where this train turns. Please take all...
No, I do. I
Mind the gap between the train and the platform, and take care when stepping down.
it's not just...
On behalf of the on-train
Hang on.
crew, thank you for travelling with Great Western Railway. We wish you a safe and pleasant onward journey.
Yeah, shut up. Yeah, and I do that not just with train stuff. That's why I like doing my first look videos, and will give an honest opinion of, yeah, you're never going to see that again. And so I was dubious about this route when I heard it was just like the 3 branch lines at short lengths. I was like, oh really, that's going to be boring. But you know, I've done 4 videos on it, This is a second stream on it. And I'm sure, as you know, to do the passenger thing, which Pat suggested I was going to do today, I'm sure that would be quite interesting to do on it. Objective complete.
With the crowds delivered safely to Henley-on-Thames, your part in today's Regatta Day operations is complete. Amid the colour, tradition and excitement of the Henley Royal Regatta, you've kept services running smoothly on one of the busiest days of the year. Well done.
I kept services running smoothly. I couldn't get the train going from Henley. I wouldn't say that's exactly smoothly. I kept services running. They're now late, but they're running. Imagine being the driver that takes over from me. But how are you 20 minutes late? Yeah, it was an issue with the brakes. How low is the bar? Yeah. "37 minutes that took again." There's a theme. That's what's happening in Cardiff. No, I think the tram trains weren't running, and they just hadn't updated the boards because they're automated. They were saying the train was due, and then after the time it was due, they were saying the next one was due. And eventually they cottoned on, I think, because they realised a lot of people waiting on the platform. They then announced they were cancelled. Right, that one's done. That one's done. Oh, Christ. Okay, we may not get time to do these last two. We may only be able to do 4. After enjoying your lunch break by the River Thames, it's time to get back to work. Walk to Bourne End stations, take over a waiting Class 165 and operate the branch shuttle towards Marlow. With the quiet afternoon service about to depart, prepare the train and keep the traditional Marlow donkey running on time. This is a 45-minute one. That's another hour of scenarios. Yeah, so the timing might be out.
Lunch break's over. After a relaxing stop beside the River Thames, it's time to get back to work. Make your way back along the famous Marlow donkey path, following the river towards Bourne End. A service is waiting there for you to take over, so head down the line, enjoy the scenery, and get ready to continue your shift.
Okay, that's quite cool. How are you doing? What's going on in there? Okay. I didn't realise we were starting this far from the railway line. So you go down there for your lunch, we time to turn around and come back again. That's quite a lot of map that they've put into this then that's accessible off the train track. Okay, you've only got this short bit, but that's quite cool. Go get on a boat. God, blimey, we started a long way from the river. I mean train track. Is this a foot replacement service? Oh, up there. Oh, I see a train track now. Need to go do this walk in real life. Off you go then. Me do it. You're closer. Oh, I hear a train. I see a steam train. No. Right, there we go. That shows a lot of detail in the map. Excuse me. I'm just gonna thank you. To be starting that far away.
Before entering the single line section between Bourne End and Marlow, you'll need to prepare the route and obtain the line
The
token.
next station
First,
is
set the switches correctly
This
for
is
the
a
Marlow
Great
branch.
Western Railway
Then,
service
collect the
to
staff.
Maidenhead.
This ensures that only one train can occupy the line at any given time.
You're not back at work till 9th of September. Of course, yeah, you do the school run thing, didn't you? Okay. I'll get the token. Insert the token. Clear that route. And then set that route. And then token, and then take the staff. There we go. Oh. Cheese. We're going to get some words again.
Bourne End was once a through station, with the line continuing onward towards High Wycombe. Today, it remains a two-platform station, but its layout tells a different story. Only Platform 1 provides access to the Marlow branch, and due to its short length, services here are limited to just 2-car trains. Beyond the station lies the charming single-line stretch to Marlow, affectionately known as the Marlow Donkey. The name dates back to the days of steam, when a small locomotive worked this quiet branch. The legacy lives on today, not just on the railway, but in the town itself, where the Marlow Donkey pub stands as a reminder of the line's history.
Well, there you go. Off to Marlow. I'm guessing this is a 45-minute scenario. We've got to come back again. Set the reverser to off, tail. Stop at Cookham, first plat. Oh, we got to go to Maidenhead. That's why. So we got to take this back to Maidenhead. So we got to go up here, do the reverse. Oh, I'm speeding a bit. Then go back to there and do the reverse. Then go down to Maidenhead. Turn those on. Oh God, yeah. We shall see. We'll see if something happens, we end up very late on this, then I won't do the final one. I'll do it as a separate YouTube video. No one will get this far on YouTube, they won't know. Right, 1.8 miles to Marlow. Hello, Michael. Remind yourself you're a good-looking chap. Okay. Why have you... Why? If I watch on YouTube. You won't get this far on something you've watched anyway, and this won't be going out for like 6 weeks. Actually, I might have to change that, because I'm in danger of getting, because some of the weeks I'm doing 2 videos, like this week, they go out 2 consecutive weeks. So if there's 2 videos next week, then I'm not just like 1 week ahead, I'm 4 weeks ahead. So I end up in danger now, having stuff going out at like end of September that I'm doing in July. Well, that means I'm getting too far ahead. Any new releases then add another week. So I might need to stick in some extra stuff like on a Tuesday or a Thursday. But then I get guilty then by putting out too much content. Or just don't bother. Maybe just some of the videos stay for Twitch only. Right, so you've got to turn around at Marlow, go back to Bourne End, turn around at Bourne End, and go to Maidenhead. So the first one we did was the full run as well. Hang on, so what, do we have to couple up? Why would they be doing this in the middle of the day? There's nothing then doing this route. Why would you do this in the middle of the day? There's no train then on this route. Unless they swap trains in the middle of the day.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform, and take care when stepping down from the train.
So this switches and does the Maidenhead, and the other one does the Bourne, so they rotate. Huh. Well, yeah, but we already did it, didn't we? We did the dropping off one. I suppose that didn't tell us much about the route, though, did it? See, the brake's stuck on again.
Do not try to board or leave the train when the doors
So what's the betting now?
Arrived at Marlow, where this service terminates. Secure the train, then change ends to prepare for the return journey. When you're ready, set up the cab and await your departure.
So what's the betting now then? I won't be able to pull off again.
The next station is Bourne End. This is a Great Western Railway service to Maidenhead.
Oh yes, this is actually a service to Maidenhead. Well, this is a couple of trains a day that do go to Maidenhead. Right, that. Locked doors. Right, we'll see if we get going. Nope. Reset physics. Yeah. Are you going to open doors? Yes, you are. Oh, hang on, what do we do with it? There you go. There we go. Yes, there's obviously a bit of a bug there. Alright, back to Bourne End. Yeah, I think this is an issue with this version, Michael. Yeah, it's a 165 and is a version for this route. So I think there are issues. I said there may have been an update today, but because I launched this before 6 o'clock, I didn't get the update. So there might have been pushed out an update on Steam at 6. I'll see if it updates once I've finished. Obviously the route hopping thing doesn't work. You can't route hop from Great Western Express to this route. Well, I can't. Hopefully that's fixed. Trying to use power before the door's fully closed. Oh. Yeah, but we've had issues coming into stations where the brake's just locked on and I can't release them. I think on one of the videos today I had the same thing where you come in and you can't release the brakes, and that's before, as you're coming into a station, before you've stopped, and it just locked at 4. Hopefully it's a bug and hopefully it's fixed. I think it's probably my last runs in this for a little while. Alright, so back to Bourne End. We've got to do the token thing again. And then down to Maidenhead. I do like them though. They are nice. I quite like this because of the whole switching thing. The Henley route's quite nice because it's got 3 stops. So they're all different. This has got a couple of stops, then you do the switch to this route, and then you've got this train going backwards and forwards. Obviously the Windsor one's just one little couple of mile run. I think it's just an update thing, Michael, because this isn't released yet. Well, when I did it, wasn't released fully yet. I think they need to update Great Western Express to include this. So hopefully that'll, when there'll be a patch out. If I remember the next few days, I will check. We'll ignore the 10 again. Yeah, so we should come in on the left-hand platform then. Well, it's the only one we can come in on. It'd be interesting to see then. There should be a train. If there's not a train on the other platform, then the train can't come up here. So that train then, I'm guessing, has got to go down, shunt around, come back, and then come up here. Like we had to do earlier.
We are now approaching Bourne End.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform, and take care when stepping down from the train.
Yeah, so it's not saying then where this train terminates, because we're not, because we're going on to Maidenhead. But we've got to do the turning around thing. So one of it is that it thinks the doors aren't closed. That's why the brakes aren't releasing. Okay, so there's no other train. That's interesting. So there isn't a train. So when I get down to Maidenhead, there's no train then between Maidenhead and Marlow.
This is Bourne End. Do not try to board or leave the train when the doors are closing. This is a Great Western Railway service to
We've arrived back at Bourne
The
End.
next station
Set the
is
points for the route towards Maidenhead, then return the staff and obtain a new token for the next section. From here on, cab setup and shutdown will no longer be guided. Continue the service as required.
Okay. Right, unlock doors. Reverser into forward. Key locked. Tail lights. We're going to do the thing with the thing. So yeah, so there's no train. Now we got to go the Maidenhead route. Take the token. Staff's in. Yeah, so there's no train between us and Marlow, and there can't be a train now between us and Maidenhead. So where's the other train gone? Because this is normally run by 2 trains. So yeah, I was expecting a train to be in this track to the left, so that when we left, it could then shunt and then become the service up to Marlow. Right, let's just check this. Right, they're saying as though they're shut.
We're now departing Bourne End, continuing our journey towards Maidenhead. Follow the branch line as it winds its way through the Thames Valley, with the main line awaiting us at the end of the run.
Yes, we're on the other track now. So is it just back to... Yeah, back to Maidenhead. Yeah, I'm confused where that other train is. Because now, when's the, you know, unless in the middle of the day it becomes a less frequent service? Do they just do this then for the bulk of the day? But earlier on it said that passengers have to change. So is it peak times they run 2 trains, and non-peak times it's a less frequent service? So the train goes Maidenhead to Bourne End to Marlow to Bourne End to Maidenhead. So you're only getting like an hourly service at Marlow. Some of the scenarios don't show all the trains on the timetable. Oh, okay. Because you're only seeing what you need to see. Okay. Well, at this rate, we might actually get this one done early, because we've only got to go to Maidenhead. If we do, the other one's 15 minutes. Maybe I... Oh, walked, yes.
We are now approaching Cookham.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform, and take care when stepping down from the train.
Yes, Michael. Yeah, that's what earlier on we came up against that. But I'm just wondering now, in theory, there'd be another train on this route doing the bit to Marlow. I swear, if one of our ex-train weirdos was watching, they'd know this.
This is Cookham. Do not try... Service to Maidenhead. The next station is River's Flat.
Okay. They're still wearing stripy things. So I haven't really noticed the people on this route. Are they all wearing Henley Regatta clothing then? I've noticed them before, but having seen it on the Henley Regatta scenario. Right, first plat. And then Maidenhead.
The next station is River's Flat. This is the Great Western Railway service to Maidenhead.
It's weird now, when you go on routes in this that don't have the announcements, it's odd, because I've got used to the announcements now. It's going to be interesting when we get the Tadami line. Is that going to be anything like Running Train, where we're going to get random announcements that we won't understand? Like, what are they saying? What? Hopefully that's a good route when we get it. I think a lot of that is single track as well. I googled the actual route. It's about 4 hours. The whole route in real life. So the bit we're getting isn't all of it. How will I know when I'm approaching the station? Exactly. Obviously, hopefully, when it does release, I'll be able to bring it to you like I did with this the day before. Will it beep at you like trains? Oh God! Imagine you have some sort of AWS. A running train like beeping at me. I will look at some point at SimRail and stuff as well. I think that's on the longer term plan. I want to do the Star Wars levels in Power Wash Sim. I've got so much going on at the moment.
We are now approaching the first plat.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform, and take care when stepping down from the train.
I think the game that's going out on YouTube, not this Sunday, the Sunday after, could be one that I think we're going to be doing quite a lot of. Hopefully. So that needs to fit somewhere. I definitely brake too early there.
This is the first plat. Do not try to board or leave the train when the doors are closing. This is a Great Western Railway service to Maidenhead. The next station is Maidenhead.
It is, right. Maidenhead. And we'll see then. That other one's 15 minutes, which it might be an easy one, which means it could be less. Like, this is supposed to be a 45-minute scenario. This actually might be the first one tonight that I do under time. Go.
The next station is Maidenhead. This is a Great Western Railway service to Maidenhead.
It is. It's always amusing when you go to Wales and you get the announcements at the stations that are also in Welsh. I'm like, what? Trying to listen out for my train to Cardiff Bay the other day. It was like, what? Right, towards Maidenhead. Yeah, quite a nice little route, this one. I do like it. As I said, I wasn't sure at the beginning, or when I heard about it, because it was 3 little routes. But I've actually enjoyed just the trundling up and down them all. I think this is one of those you could quite easily tick off all the routes on the timetable, and it wouldn't take you long. So if you're a timetable basher, then you could just start at the first service and just work your way down all of them.
We are now approaching Maidenhead, where this train terminates. Please take all your belongings with you.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform, and take care when stepping down from
That's quite a few trains a day, isn't it? There we go. Objective complete. Yeah, it's cheap.
And that brings us to the end of today's duties. From the quiet charm of the Marlow branch to the run back towards Maidenhead, you've successfully completed the Marlow donkey service. Well done.
Yeah, when I was looking at going and doing all of them, to go from Henley to Marlow was like 11 quid. And it was about the same to go from Marlow to Windsor. So I was going to do a Henley to Marlow return, a Marlow to Windsor return, so I could then have come back to Henley. So I was going to drive to Henley, leave the car there, and then just do Henley, obviously Bourne End, Marlow, Bourne End, down to Slough, down to Windsor, back to Slough, and then back to Henley. And that wasn't going to be expensive at all. Done. There you go. That was 10 minutes quicker. 34 minutes. Right. Is Regatta Day the last one? Must be. Right. Let's do the last one then. And then we have done them all.
It's a busy day on the Henley branch as
It is Royal Wedding. See, why didn't it put them in order then? Yeah, why did it go backwards? Yeah, wedding bells in Windsor. A royal wedding at Windsor Castle has drawn huge crowds from across the country. Operate the busiest shuttle between Slough and Windsor and Eton Central with a class 165. Keep services running smoothly as thousands of visitors travel to witness the celebrations. With packed platforms and tight turnarounds, careful driving will be essential on this historic day. It's 15 minutes, so I think it's just going to be it's going to be a Slough to Windsor and that's it. Is that the wedding of Stephen? What, at Windsor? Can you imagine the cost? Click, click.
It's a historic day in Windsor, as a royal wedding at Windsor Castle draws visitors from across the country. Crowds are gathering in their thousands, and the railway is playing a vital role in getting everyone to the celebrations. You'll be operating a busy shuttle service between Slough and Windsor and Eton Central in a Class 165. With packed platforms and tight turnarounds, precision and punctuality will be key. Keep things moving and help deliver a smooth service on this very special occasion.
I'm now a royal pain in the ass. Again, not exactly busy unless it's difficult to put more people on platforms or like in the trains, because it's no busier than it is normally. Oh, so we got to do a there and back. Okay. So it's to Windsor, turn around and come back to Slough. Oh, there are discussions about that, about consoles. The discussion was, I think, why not have a console timetable? Because the older generation consoles can't run the full timetables. Oh, you can get a peerage for quite cheap. We have in Go timetables with the W extra DLCs. Right, so the run to Windsor and then turn around and a run back to Slough. And then we will be done. So yeah, so we're a long one again, aren't we? Oh, we're a 4-car. I'm not the money man. Far from it. Well, no, that's a bank loan job. And that'll force me into sorting out my mortgage and moving my gas and electric to try and save some money, hopefully enough to pay towards the bank loan to pay for the car, which I haven't bought yet. So coming up the A34 along the M4 today in mine. Yeah, okay, the cruise control didn't work, but went like a dream. Is this the Windsor station with a shopping arcade? Yeah, someone said yesterday that there's a shopping arcade in the what was the old station platforms. Yeah, there is a castle-y thing over there. Well, yeah, you can't take it with you. I know that. I was sat there when I got home today, umming and ahhing about whether to contact the dealer or not. So why do I want to spend money to replace something that's just going to do the same job as the thing I've got out there that's bought and paid for? I thought, well, I'm not going to end up with a man in my life at any point soon, which means I'm not going to be going anywhere at any point soon, which means I'm not going to be going to America at any point soon. So why not bloody treat myself and just buy a new car? That might make me go out more. I'm not saying I don't like driving my car, but having something that has got a few more toys and bells and whistles and stuff might actually make me go, and more economical than mine by about like 10 miles to the gallon, might make me just get out the house more. See, it's done the brakes thing again. Focus is what I'm looking at. Where's that? Oh. Oh, you're going to talk at me again now.
The Windsor branch may be short, but it carries a long history. Windsor and Eton Central was once a much larger station with multiple platforms serving a range of destinations. Today, only a single platform remains in use. Services are now operated as a shuttle between Slough and Windsor, running every 20 minutes, keeping a steady flow of passengers moving to and from the town.
Yeah, 20 plate. So not new. Well, 70 plate. So 2020. Oh crap, hang on. It's fine. Alright, lights. Right, we'll soon see if this goes anywhere now. Nope. What is... There's definitely something, isn't there? I think it thinks the doors are open, but say you notice that it stops you. You can't come off the brakes when you're slowing down as well. There you go. Now we're fine. Yeah, it's only at 3.4 and not 4 when it comes on itself. Okay. Again, there might be a fix. I do keep an eye on the ambassadors Discord, but there's so many people in there commenting about so much stuff. But hey, back we go. Right, go to Slough. Yeah, really must come down here one day. Not necessarily to do this route, but so I've never been to Windsor. Maybe a good place to come to out of season. So maybe like once all the kiddie winkies have gone back to school, so maybe like September. I've got a week off in September. It might be a good one to do then. Windsor and Brooklands in a day. Yeah, Brooklands does seem interesting. It's a heritage there as well. I say, having seen the footage from Goodwood last weekend, that looks just... I think the weather helped, but that might be one for the list next year. Spent a whole day at Brooklands. God, I've never done that anywhere. Every time people have said, oh yeah, it's a great day out, after an hour, we did what? We did the London Transport Museum in about 40 minutes. We did the Acton Open Day, which was like, despite the fact that Ethan had been there like multiple times before and didn't tell us how crap it was, we all got tickets for that and did that, and I think we're out of there in probably, I think, less than 45 minutes. Last time we went to Gaydon, we did that in about an hour. And I was like, yeah, that's that done then. That is the one thing me and Ethan had in common. Neither of us liked spending long times at places. It was go there, see that, right, what's next? Oh yeah, the bank track will be interesting.
We are now approaching Slam, where this train terminates. Please take all your belongings with you.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform, and take care when stepping down from the train.
I did like Cleethorpes. The pain was we went in October,
We wish you a safe and
so I would like to go back up that way at some point. So yesterday I was okay. Yesterday the frustration was I didn't get to do what I wanted to do because of trains. Today I was out for the amount of time I wanted to be out. I did what I wanted to do, then got in the car and drove home. Sometimes the train's nice. Sometimes it's nice to be able to do things at your own pace. Problem is, going somewhere of that distance, well, I may not think the same if I change my car. I may just be happy to drive everywhere. Done.
With the celebrations in full swing and the crowds safely delivered, your duties on the Windsor branch are complete. Despite the busy conditions and constant flow of passengers, you've kept the shuttle running smoothly on this historic day. Well done.
Well, I did one return trip. So yeah, I definitely 100% will be going back to Germany in February for my birthday. We've been lucky with the weather the last 2 times we've been. The first time was a bit cold, but yeah, last time was great, or Brussels. So I should look forward to that. Done. There we go. All 5 scenarios done. All the routes ticked. Done. Thames Valley Branches. Done. Next Tuesday now. Not got a clue. We'll do something next Tuesday. Maybe we'll have a look at some scenarios, because I've never done any scenarios on like West Coast Main Line. I'm not going to spoil it for myself now. Or the Riviera Line, or Birmingham to Crewe. So maybe we'll have a look at some scenarios on routes that I've done recently. There could be some interesting ones to do. But yes, next Tuesday, more trains. Tomorrow night, though, some Rap House Simulator, making some kebabi type stuff, and probably getting confused. Thursday night, RV There Yet. Some multiplayer stuff in that. Friday night, I'm going to be chained to Trent. Still not sure how I feel about that. Not here on Saturday, but then Sunday lunchtime, back on the farm, doing the farmy thing, and then more stuff next week. So there we go. Thanks to you lot in chat then for keeping me company throughout that one. Extended version, nearly 2 hours and 50 minutes. Did people do things? Yes, people did things. In that case, we'll push that button. That text really is big, isn't it, when I do that? Thanks to Mark for following, and the moderation team for doing... well, I don't know what you did, but you were there. There we go. I will be back tomorrow night with a Trenty, I think, to do some things with wraps. Until then, if you have been, thanks very much for watching. The Henley Royal Regatta, its original name predating royal patronage, is a British rowing event held annually on the River Thames by the Oxfordshire town of Henley-on-Thames. It was established on the 26th of March 1839. It differs from the three other regattas rowed over approximately the same course: Henley Women's Regatta, Henley Masters Regatta, and Henley Town and Visitors Regatta, each of which is an entirely separate event.